I see it. It's recording.
Perfect. And then I'm just going to share my screen. Perfect. Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sarah Hulbert, and I am from Disability Rights New York. I work here as a CAP advocate. We have 3 offices throughout New York State. We have one in Brooklyn, one in Albany, and one in Rochester as well. And I work at the one in Rochester. We're all working remotely right now, but if you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me personally. My email is listed below. It's sarah.hulbert@drny.org. So please, if you have any questions, concerns, or if you're interested in opening a new service request with us, please don't hesitate to reach out. So what is Disability Rights New York? Disability Rights New York is the federally and state authorized protection and advocacy agency for people with disabilities in New York State. So what do? We provide free legal services for people with disabilities, and this can include anything like traumatic brain injuries, physical disabilities, AIDS, depression, and any other disability. So we really do cover all disabilities, like I mentioned. And really, we're committed to enabling those we serve to exercise their own life choices and fully participate in community life, which can happen in a variety of ways. So what do we do as an organization? So there are 8 programs that are part of Disability Rights New York. These include the PAD program, PAMI, PAIR, CAP, which is the program that I'm a part of. It stands for Client Assistance Program, PAT-B, PAT, PAVA, and PABS. So as you can see, we do have a lot that we cover here. CAP, which is the program that I'm with, helps people who are interested in employment or education goals through vocational rehabilitation agencies. So the CAP program. It was actually established in 1984 in the Rehabilitation Act. And what we do is we protect the rights of individuals who are seeking rehabilitation services, as I mentioned. So right now in the slide, it says the purpose of us is in order to obtain or maintain competitive employment. We also can assist you with any education opportunities that you're seeking that will ultimately lead to employment. So if you work with ACCES-VR right now, if you work with the Commission for the Blind, if you're a part of a tribal VR, we can assist you with their services if you're having any issues or facing any sort of problems with these agencies. So like I said, if you're interested in obtaining VR services, that's vocational rehabilitation services, you can reach out to us and we can help you facilitate that. If you're having trouble finding vocational rehabilitation services and you want more information or resources, we're happy to help. If you applied for vocational rehabilitation services and were turned away, I've had clients before that were told that they were too disabled to participate, or they didn't have a disability that was prohibiting them from work. And the whole purpose of a vocational rehabilitation organization or agency is to help you find and obtain competitive employment. So if you're dissatisfied with the VR services you're receiving, if you're having any problems with your counselor, for instance, if there are policies, procedures, or services that you find questionable or you're not sure about, if your case is closed and you want to be considered for services again, we can help you reapply. If you're just not sure what to do and what the next steps are, we're happy to help as well. Or if you were denied services from your local independent living center, we can help you with that as well. So who is eligible for CAP services? How do you know that you could be eligible and that you meet the requirements? So all you need to be is a person with a disability who resides in New York State, and you either are receiving or you're interested in receiving services from any of the following agencies. Like I mentioned earlier, we have the New York State Adult Career Continuing Education Services, that's ACCES-VR. We also have the State Commission for the Blind. So like I said, ACCES-VR covers people who, any sort of disability except for blindness. The Commission for the Blind helps people who are blind. We also have tribal VR programs, which are for Indigenous peoples, or we have people who are being funded through independent living centers. So I have a lot of clients come to me and say, how can I even apply for ACCES-VR services? How is that something that I can benefit from? So the first thing you need to do every single time is fill out an application. So I've included the link to find the application on ACCES-VR's website. It's listed below in the blue. You can also call Disability Rights New York at our number that I have listed here, and we can actually assist you with helping you fill out the application as well. And then if anybody here, I know that there's no one present currently on the call, but if someone in the future wants any help with reaching out to me, please feel free. I'm happy to help you with the application as well. And once you're done completing the application, which is pretty brief, you can either email it to accessvrapplications@nysed.gov, or you can mail it to your local district office. For instance, if you live in the Manhattan area, you would submit it to the Manhattan district office. If you live in the Hauppauge area, you would submit it to the Hauppauge district office. And I've also included a list of all the district offices, and they can be found below at the website listed. So this is a question and answers portion. I know that no one is currently on the call, but I will bring up a few questions and answers that I've received in the past, if that could be helpful. So someone in the past asked me if veterans would be able to take part in this program, and the answer is yes. As long as you are a person with a disability who resides in New York State and you're seeking services from a vocational rehabilitation agency, then yes, absolutely. It does not mean that you are exempt or you wouldn't be eligible if you were a veteran. Another question I get asked a lot is, what are the ages that are eligible for services? And Disability Rights as an organization helps all ages, people of all ages. CAP, so the Client Assistance Program, helps people who are of legal working age or older. So I've had clients that have been 65 years old. I've had clients that have been 18 years old. So really there's not too much of a range that doesn't include you. Don't ever feel like you could potentially be too old or too young. You know, if that's a question, please reach out to us and we can let you know whether that's the case. But in general, I've never come across that with any of my clients. Another question I have is, how long does it take between the application being submitted and being approved for VR services? ACCES-VR has up to 60 days to review your eligibility. So it could take a while to see if you were eligible for services. That's a whole nother reason to reach out to us. We can sometimes make that process go faster and expedite the process. So if you're having any issues whatsoever, please do not hesitate to reach out to us and we can see if we can expedite that for you. Finally, here's my contact information again. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to email me, sarah.hulbert@drny.org. I'm also listing our main phone number below, a toll-free number and TTY number as well. In terms of general email, you can also email us at mail@drny.org, and we can help you figure out what the next steps moving forward with your case are. All of our services are free of charge at no cost to you. So I never want you to feel like it's going to cost you money or it's going to be a financial burden. All of our services are no charge and free of cost. Thank you so much for joining this presentation. I really appreciate it. Please don't hesitate to reach out with any questions or concerns in the future, and I look forward to hearing from some of you soon. Thanks so much.